And here we are with some NGS Division C East action here. We've got Hot Boys versus Squad 9 Alpha. And joining me is Moise Weenus. Thanks for joining me, Weenus.
Thank you so much for having me, SwingTime. It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon, and I am stoked to be here.
Absolutely. So, our first map is going to be Infernal Shrines, which was the map choice for Squad 9 Alpha.
Yep, and after that we have, is it Tomb of the Spider Queen? Is that going to be game two?
That is correct.
All right. Well, I look forward to that one as well.
So Hot Boys here have the first ban on Shrines. They're hovering a Medivh ban, which is interesting. I'm not sure if that's something that maybe Squad 9 Alpha has played in the past, that they're going to try to deny them.
I'm not sure, but it seems counterintuitive that Hot Boys would be hover banning a Hot Boy Medivh. I mean, he's got a great beard.
That's true. That is very true. If you're into that sort of thing.
Swapping it at the last minute.
They like the clean shaven. Actually, he's not clean shaven either. Just a little bit more trimmed.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at Stukov's arm. Well, never mind. I won't take that thought process any further. But you know where I'm going.
Yeah, I know you well enough to have a pretty good idea of where you're going. All right. So let's see. Okay, well, there's the Phoenix ban. That's not really a surprise considering, Phoenix is pretty strong right now in the meta.
Yep. Squad 9 Alpha just eliminates Phoenix. They don't, I'm not sure if Hot Boys plays Phoenix, but either way, they just don't want to deal with it, and I fully understand that.
Oh. So that hover ban was actually a hover pick, I think.
That looks like what it could be, as Hot Boys pick up the Hot Boy
First pick Medivh. Does this surprise you at all?
I'm not sure. I've seen. I'm not very good at Medivh, so I often be like, oh, he's not very good. But I see Medivh being played a lot in high division play, so I think he actually is really good. So I think he is first pick worthy, if he can be played at a high caliber level.
So Squad 9 Alpha goes into Lucio pick here. Lucio is always strong, got that nice speed boost. Maybe they're thinking, trying to counter some of that Medivh portal play.
I love the pink skin.
Yeah, that is very nice. And then Hanzo.
Okay. Yeah, I like the Lucio pick. If you have a sustained fight on the shrine, it really lets you stay there and continue to contest. If you have a Lucio just with an aura of healing, I think he's strong on this map.
Speaking of strong on this map, Hot Boys is diving right into Diablo, and Diablo is just so strong on this map because you're in there on the shrines. There's plenty of walls to stun people against, and then Malfurion with those roots can really stick people in place so the rest of the team can kind of just dive on them. So I like what I'm seeing so far. I'm still not sure about the Medivh, but we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, I also like Malfurion too, because this is an objective where both teams are going to be on top of each other, and they're going to be very packed together. And if Twilight Dream comes out, it could hit multiple heroes on Squad 9 Alpha and possibly turn it into like a tomb.
Yeah, I think that's the Maiev ban out of Squad 9 Alpha is really smart, because you don't want Medivh portaling that Maiev right into the middle of your team and then get tethered, and it just becomes a huge mess.
Yeah, I think that's a good ban. Maiev is really strong right now. They have a couple squishy heroes with Lucio and Hanzo. You don't want to, if those get pulled out to a Diablo could really take advantage and cause problems.
Definitely. And looking like we may be getting a Blaze ban here, which, on these objectives where everybody kind of has to be in one spot, I think Blaze can be really strong just because, throwing that oil on the ground, setting it on fire, slowing everybody. I don't blame Hot Boys at all for thinking of banning, which they do.
Yeah, I believe Blaze is an S tier tank still right now, and as far as right now, Squad 9 Alpha doesn't have any tanks, so throwing a little tank choke at them, I think it's a good call.
Yeah. I mean, there are still plenty that we still have Johanna on the table or ETC, so there's still quite a lot that Squad 9 Alpha can do here.
I would like a Johanna or an Arthas if you're thinking just about the objective.
Yep. And Johanna's always a safe, solid tank, really good at protecting the back line. And you do have a squishy Hanzo there, so that could be something they're thinking of doing.
Absolutely. Well, we have two picks coming up with 16 seconds left for Squad 9 Alpha. Let's see what they pick. Do you think we're going to see a tank in this rotation?
I do. I do think we'll see a tank in this rotation. I'm thinking either ETC or Johanna, and there's the ETC.
Very good. Once again, like we said about Mouth. Oh, double tank.
And
I believe
Tyrael, yeah.
is that Tyrael skin banned?
Is that Mecha Tyrael? I'll type to them.
All right, sounds good. So we have two picks coming up next for Hot Boys. Looks like they're going to try to get some more damage here at least. Maybe some. Let's see if they go team fight or if they're going to go for shrine clear. Tyrael ETC.
Yeah, so the Tyrael, is great for that sanctification for everybody, like right there on the shrine. So I can see that being great.
Well, if you sync with a mosh pit, you can't interrupt the mosh pit. Is that right?
I believe that is correct.
So that could be a wombo combo.
Wow, we're going all fire all the time for Hot Boys. Hot Boys, get it? They are going hot, that's for sure. With the Ragnaros and the Kael'thas pick up here, there's going to be lots of fire. That's going to be great.
I see some Skinergy emerging for Hot Boys. Red seems to be pumped pretty high. Fire might be their hotness.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I very much appreciate them, going down to that level of detail for sure.
Yeah, they should have decent shrine clear with the Ragnaros, especially with the KT. I think we're gonna see more shrine clear pick over here on the side of Squad 9 Alpha. Maybe a mage. Well, maybe a Jaina or a Gul'dan.
Yeah.
They already have one range, so maybe they'll pick up.
I could see a Jaina being nice
Great
here
main.
with the combination with the ETC. I could also see them going with some kind of really nasty melee diving in. Oh, and there is the Jaina.
The Jaina, yeah.
Yep, that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
So
There's gonna
looking
be-
at these drafts, this is really interesting. I think that Hot Boys draft is really interesting to me. I want to see like how that Medivh, the portal play works out for them. And over on the side of Squad 9 Alpha, you always love the Jaina with the ETC. You've got the Tyrael for some, additional protection for the team while they're all in on that shrine. What do you think? Who do you think won the draft from your perspective?
I think if we're going to get into, if it's straight shrine clear without being attacked by the other team, I think that Hot Boys has a better makeup for that. I think for sustained fighting, I think for extended team fighting, I believe Squad 9 Alpha will win that contest. So it kind of depends on how it all breaks down.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess it's possible Tyrael could go Judgment, but typically you do see Sanctification. I was just thinking, getting in on some, like the KT maybe, or...
Mm-hmm.
But I am expecting to see Sanctification here.
Yeah, with that portal, the portal from Medivh, if they can use that to get on the back line of Squad 9 Alpha, they have the potential to put out a lot of damage very quickly and burst someone down. If they can do that, I think it will give them the 5v4 and eventually be able to take the objective.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jaina until later when she gets the ice block, but she doesn't have a ton of escape. So, all right. Well, on the side of Hot Boys, we've got Rising Star who's going to play Medivh, Ilkarus on Kael'thas, Roya playing Malfurion, Juan Pablo 64 on Rag, and Frost Absol on Diablo.
And I'd like Sean Connery to introduce Squad 9 Alpha. Sean? On the red team, we have Aura Luna on Lucio, Ronan Kitty on Tyrael, Zaldreth on ETC, Angel on Jada, and Hope on Hanzo. Thank you, Sean.
Wow.
Back to
I've
you, Swing.
always wanted to work with Sean Connor. Thank you for making my dream come true.
Yeah, he's a glorious, magnificent man. So we're gonna see a split right at the beginning with Tyrael going top with Ragnaros.
We've got three in the bottom lane.
Yeah, do you think they're gonna try to use this KT to get damage on structures?
Yeah, I'm not sure here, but Squad 9 Alpha is going to go ahead and rotate down.
Hmm. Yeah, we see the a 1-4 split, and the 4-man seem to be kind of rotating around each other.
Yeah, it looks like Squad 9 Alpha intends to do a 4-man rotation between bottom and mid lane.
I think that's going to be pretty safe. I believe KT from Hot Boys, Icarus is going to be following heroes around trying to get his stacks.
Yeah, actually, KT did not go the stacking quest.
Oh, well, then
Looking at
that's
it
not going to
now,
matter.
looks
Yeah.
like he went Mana Addict.
Well, then I guess that changes it, so they don't have to necessarily be in the same lane to push that talent. Interesting. This is a safer play, but still not a bad pick. Both teams still are kind of avoiding each other in these
Yeah.
rotations. Diablo goes in, gets a little stun on ETC, but he just shakes it off, plays a guitar solo, and moves on.
Yeah, both teams look like they're just happy to just rotate and, get the soak in the lanes. They're not really trying to go all in on team fighting right now. Medivh's giving some vision over to Hot Boys.
Yeah, it looks like both teams maybe just want to wait for the shrine before they actually fight this out. Slight XP lead going to Squad 9 Alpha. Very slight. It's basically tied.
Medivh offering vision again in the middle. And the first shrine is actually going to be in the top lane.
Hot Boys is doing something that I think might actually work well for them, is traveling as a 3-man and using Medivh as to soak the experience in the lane with the 4 members of Squad 9 Alpha.
And Squad 9 Alpha is going to go ahead and pick up their siege camp. And in the bottom lane, Hot Boys picked up the bottom siege camp.
Yeah, Squad 9 Alpha is going to want to clean up this camp bottom because it's so far from the objective. If they don't clear it now, then it's going to get a lot of value, so they're going to take that out. So it doesn't push them bottom while they go on the objective top. Ragnaros goes ahead and activates for Hot Boys the shrine.
Yep, and Tyrael's up there to try to pick up some of those minions so Ragnaros doesn't get all of them.
A great meatball used to pick up all of those minions before Tyrael could come in and steal any. It's 15-2 so far, and now all 5 members of Hot Boys are on the shrine.
And we gotta fight Diablo getting really low using that Medivh portal to escape.
Malfurion's getting low as well, getting a shield cast from Medivh. Very helpful. Ragnaros is getting separated a little bit, getting very low, running for the gate.
Ragnaros gets a protection shield from Medivh and is able to escape. So Squad 9 Alpha has taken over on the shrine here, but we do have Molten Core being popped.
Molten Core definitely in range of this shrine, being able to put out a lot of damage, both on minions and Squad 9 Alpha as well. They only need 4 more minions, 5 more minions, and then they'll have the Punisher.
And the Punisher will go over to Hot Boys.
We'll see how much value they get out of this Punisher. You know, the first one's always weaker, but a Punisher is a Punisher.
Yeah. Oh,
Getting
absolutely. If they can just get the front gate here, if you can need more than the front gate, it's pretty decent for the first Punisher. Looks like Rag is going to go ahead and split down to the bottom lane too. I get some soak.
John Cena jumping on the ETC, giving him a fist. Phrasing.
Squad 9 Alpha missed a little bit of soak in the mid and bottom there, but looks like they're starting to move back into lanes now, but they are going to pick up their bruiser camp.
Hot Boys picks up about half a level, little over half a level of XP with the Punisher, with that advantage. So they're getting closer to 10. Both teams are, and we should see some magical things happen when ultimates come out.
Definitely. So 4 members of Hot Boys heading down into that bottom lane there.
They've swapped out the Tyrael for Hanzo in the top lane. That might be a better matchup.
I think so, especially with Hanzo being range and Rag. I mean, I guess he does have his meteor, but being a little bit more of a melee hero, I think that could be a good advantage for Squad 9 Alpha up there in the top lane.
Absolutely. Squad 9 Alpha is going to try to pick up this siege camp bottom, but Hot Boys doesn't look like they know what's happening. And they get the camp and escape out. Though Diablo does get a charge onto Lucio.
Yeah, Lucio gets a little low, but is able to swing around that little corridor down there.
Yeah, that speed boost just lets him zoom on out unless he gets locked with CC over and over, but he did a good job of getting out.
Taking a look at the top lane here, Hanzo is actually pretty low in health.
It looks like maybe Hanzo isn't getting as much value against a Ragnaros as they had thought.
Squad 9 Alpha looks like they're going to go ahead and start on their siege camp. Let's see, we've got 4 members of Hot Boys right here. I wonder if they're going to invade. Looks like they are going to move in here.
Squad 9 Alpha is a little bit
We got a
split
ley
up.
line seal, followed by the Roots and the KT ult, and that is going to be a dead Lucio.
Yeah, this is too much damage on the Lucio. Very nice leyline seal by Medivh to set that up. We also have KT for ultimates when Phoenix, Malfurion, Twilight Dream. We have Sulfurous Smash from Ragnaros and Apocalypse from Diablo. Squad 9 Alpha is about to pick up
We
their
just lost
ultimates.
Jaina. I'm not sure what happened there. Looks like KT was able to take out Jaina.
KT is putting up a lot of damage, but the highest so far is Diablo with 11,000.
All right, Shrine started, and all of Hot Boys are there. And Squad 9 Alpha is waiting for the Jaina to rejoin them before they can engage.
Doing a little bit of Rising Star does a little bit of early warning system in bird form to check out when Squad 9 Alpha is going to come invade.
ETC did pick up Mosh Pit, so he'll be looking for an opportunity to grab as many players from Hot Boys as he can.
Sorry, my dog is getting excited.
There's Sanctification along with the Mosh Pit, but a really nice Diablo APOC. Lucio breaks it down. Ragnar's getting really low in the back and actually does fall. Jaina in big danger there, along with the Lucio really low on the shrine area.
Yeah, 3 members of Squad 9 Alpha very, very low, but they don't die, so that's good. So they'll hopefully be able to put up a defense against this Punisher.
Yeah, so Punisher going over to Hot Boys, and it's getting shredded pretty quickly here, but they didn't get right on it, so it was able to get a good piece of that lower fort there. Yeah,
they did a good job of keeping everybody alive after the fight, even though there were many members low. So that could have gone a lot worse. All right, we have a pause.
3, 2, 3. Okay, so it looks like we've got some lag going on here, so we will give this a moment.
Well, that rag quest, that's highlighted up in the left side. So
yeah, so Rag completed his quest. Boom.
It looks like we can still switch around to stats. It looks like Arcane Rift.
Yeah, so here is the stats currently in the game. I just pulled them up, and so we see KT on the side of Hot Boys doing a lot of siege damage and a lot of hero damage as well. And Hanzo is doing the same over on the side of Squad 9 Alpha.
Yeah, we see pretty good numbers of healing coming out. Lucio 17.7k, Malfurion 14.2k. He starts to get more powerful healing as he gets in higher levels, so sometimes he can catch up later. It's not just about numbers, but it is a fun metric to track. Looks like during this lag fest, they also have Hot Boys got a little bit too hot and had to go to the bathroom. It really, I know people don't talk about it because it's a little bit taboo, but if you have to pee, like trying to play a game and you're getting all excited and you have adrenaline pumping and you have to pee, like it makes it hard to play.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one of the reasons why, it's good to have a policy of everybody go use the restroom right before you play your game, right? So don't run into any problems like that.
Yep. I mean, sometimes if the death counters are super high, I mean, at that time you might have enough time available to go take a team wipe, if you know what I mean, but not right now. We're still under 10 minutes in.
Yep, so I'm just showing some stats here, experience totals. Both teams are pretty even in that sense.
Juan Pablo 64. When the mosh pit was so good, it makes people outside the game dance.
Yeah, I mean, did we have any people watching the stream out there dancing for that mosh pit?
I was dancing a little bit.
Exactly how good was that mosh pit?
All right, they're ready. They're both ready. Do you want to do the countdown and resume?
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Okay.
I think he hit it again.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back online here.
All right, so we have a 4v4 in mid. Up top, it's the Ragnaros, and they've gone back to the Tyrael again to fight that out. I think they thought that maybe the Hanzo didn't work so well, or they need his damage elsewhere.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are kind of still sticking with that 4-man rotation.
We have even kills. We have even fort structure still up. We do have the bottom fort for Squad 9 Alpha. It's about maybe a little less than quarter health, but still standing. Do have talent advantage for Hot Boys 13, level 13, but Squad 9 Alpha picks up 13 as well, and so they even it up again. This is a very close game still so far.
Got a fight breaking out in the bottom lane. Some Malfurion roots going out, but doesn't look like both teams are really fully engaging here. Just a little bit of a skirmish. Hanzo picking up the vision there on that bottom camp kind of scares off Hot Boys just a little bit, knowing that they can be seen down there.
Scaring off hot boys. That's a phrase I like. Ragnaros is Juan Pablo 64 top. Ragnaros is able to push down that fort. They have a camp that's still pushing as well, so Squad 9 Alpha might have to
Yeah,
respond to that because it
that
will be marching on
camp in
keep.
the top. Yeah, they're definitely going to need to respond to that. It's going to start. It's already starting to take down that keep wall there. It looks like Tyrael is moving back to do that.
Squad 9 Alpha picks up their siege camp.
You can tell both teams really can't stand the fact that that bottom camp is still available. There's a leyline seal just hitting ETC, followed by an APOC. Wow, very nice isolation and stun locking there on the ETC, and they take him out. Beautiful roots by Malfurion. Wow, that gets another kill for Hot Boys.
Jaina also falling to the Hot Boys.
Really nice job by Roya there with that root.
Lucio in trouble. He gets picked as well.
And that was a good example of the Medivh portal, you know, allowing them to go ahead and move forward and get that kill on Lucio.
Yeah, the portal chase really lets you dive a little bit further onto the back line, especially during a chase. Also, they forced Tyrael to not be there in that fight, so it was a 5v4. So that camp got value in several different ways, pushing top. It removed Tyrael from that team fight, which I think let Hot Boys get some kills there.
Yeah, they did get one of the towers up in the upper lane here, so they did get value off of that camp up top. Now Ragnaros has started the shrine, and Hot Boys is already halfway there, and Squad 9 Alpha is going to have to hurry if they want to contest this and have a chance at the Punisher.
Yeah, and they still have, Squad 9 Alpha still has two heroes bottom, Hanzo and Tyrael, so I don't think they're in a position to challenge 3v5.
No, it looks like they're going to go ahead and give this and just kind of clear up the lanes a little bit and prepare to defend this Punisher.
Yeah, we'll see. Punisher jumping back onto ETC. Nice root follow-up.
Beautiful, and we got a 4-man Leyline seal. There's the Tyrael Sanctification. It's almost unbelievable nobody died there.
For fighting directly on top of a Punisher and a 5-man from the other team, Squad 9 Alpha does a really good job of spreading out, healing up, and not taking any deaths there.
Yeah, they're going to lose the fort, but that's probably about it. Ooh, ETC's gone in deep for... Oh, wow. Unfortunately, he didn't get Rag, and Rag was able to Molten Core and stun out that ETC and kill him off. And unfortunately, similar fate shared by Tyrael
and Lucio.
And Lucio as well.
Tyrael does get some value out of the trait by hovering over Diablo and blowing him up in death as well. So at least there was a little bit of a trade back, but Diablo had 100 souls and he's back on his way out.
Yep, he's headed back to the rest of his team. And speaking of which, Hot Boys is going to go ahead and invade this Bruiser camp and probably push in with that a little, maybe? No, it looks like they are going to back out.
I think Hot Boys want to keep. I mean, who doesn't? But it looks like they don't want to take it right now. They're gonna try some other stuff. They're gonna pick up their Bruiser camp and have that push as well. They're really working towards controlling the map because they have this momentum, 2-level advantage.
All right, so both teams just kind of doing a little bit of laning here. Hot Boys picking up their Bruiser camp. We've got an invade by Hot Boys over onto the siege camp for Squad 9 Alpha. And Squad 9 Alpha knows, and they are moving in to fight, but they're not going to be able to stop them from picking up that camp.
They deny the counter invade by using Leyline Seal. We have an early drop the beat by Lucio.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That puts him in a little bit of a bind as far as taking a team fight for a while.
Yeah, that shield does give you... Oh, it looks like Squad 9 Alpha is leaving. ETC just protecting Hanzo. Make sure Hanzo can get out. This does leave the siege camp open for Hot Boys to take bottom. And I wouldn't be surprised if they rotate onto their own siege camp in the bottom left.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're just trying to paint the map blue here. Squad 9 Alpha is sticking together as 5.
Squad 9 Alpha is going to be in trouble again where we have this bruiser camp top pushing on the keep now.
Yeah, Hanzo is actually backing to clear that up. And he should get that taken care of well before the shrine activates, so hopefully he can do that and rejoin the team in time.
Last time Squad 9 Alpha had to send someone back, Hot Boys tried to initiate a 5v4, so I don't know if they're going to try the same thing here or not. Looks like they're just going to set up on the shrine early. Could be a gank, bush gank? Nope, they're going to push back the lane.
Yeah, so it looks like Squad 9 Alpha is going to clear up the camp there, and now they're ready to go, and they really need to take this fight before Hot Boys hits 20, so it looks like that's what they're moving in to do here. ETC will definitely be looking for a huge mosh here. A big mosh can really turn a team fight, so let's see if he's able to get in there and do that.
Let's see if they can line up Sank and Mosh Pit.
So
Leyline Steel used.
One hits Lucio.
Phoenix goes down.
Break it down. I think only hit 2 members of Squad 9 Alpha.
Material's in trouble. There goes Sank.
Sanctification to protect everybody.
Squad 9 Alpha is just going to back up a little bit, try to heal everybody up.
Yeah, Tyrael in particular is really low, and he's going to have to wait to go back in.
A little bit of poke from
looking
ETC.
for a mosh. Hot Boys is kind of grouping up. He could find one. There's APOC.
Huge APOC.
Yeah, that was really big. Lucio Tyrael got stunned. ETC is having to back out now. Rag
Diablo
getting
goes
low
down.
and goes down, and Malfurion is going to drop as well.
So Squad 9 Alpha wins this team fight at the end, but Hot Boys had enough to get the Punisher. I think that's the advantage of starting on the objective early.
Yeah, I mean, the good news for Squad 9 Alpha is that, Hot Boys can't do any kind of pushing whatsoever, or counter pushing whatsoever with this, so it seems like they should be able to clean this up pretty quickly. They might lose a little bit on the front wall here of the keep, but they're not in any danger of losing the keep or anything.
Not the ideal situation for Squad 9 Alpha, but it could have been much worse, so they prevented a really bad situation from happening.
For sure.
They turned a bad situation of losing the Punisher to winning the team fight, and that helped them keep that keep.
I see what you did there.
I need to work on my vocabulary.
All right, so KT is not much he could do except spin around and look pretty right now while he waits for the rest of his team to join up.
Must be a mosh pit going off somewhere else in another game that's so strong.
That mosh pit was so good earlier that he's still dancing.
Tigerfish8 in Twitch chat tells us that he was the one dancing, at least.
Well, that means something. That means that was a pretty dang good mosh.
Let me just tell you, Tigerfish8, he's got some moves.
All right, so we have an invade again by Hot Boys onto the siege camp here of Squad 9 Alpha.
Well, they need to stand on it to
Yeah.
get it. There it goes.
It's pretty safe for them with that medieval escape portal there, so Squad 9 Alpha just isn't even going to go in on that.
Jaina trying to zone them off of it with her AoE spells, but they just wait it out.
Both teams have hit 20, so it's a very even game here, although Hot Boys definitely has the structure advantage with all the forts down against Squad 9 Alpha, and Squad 9 Alpha hasn't really had the opportunity to push in too much. Ooh, we've got a 4-man leyline seal followed by an APOC here. Tyrael does get the sanctification off, though, and that probably saved at least 2 of Squad 9 Alpha's lives for now.
Good mosh coming out. Very, very low Squad 9 Alpha, but they picked the Ragnaros, which is good. They're chasing the Diablo. ETC going in, causing a little bit of separation.
ETC is getting very low, but Lucio's able to keep him alive.
So many heroes so low, but only one dead.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Actually, did anyone die? Yeah,
Just
Ragnaros.
Ragnaros. Yep,
That's
just
right.
Ragnaros. So Squad 9 Alpha is going to go ahead and move back and clean up this camp that's pushing the bottom, but they are going to lose that tower. So front gate completely gone for their bottom keep.
Let's see if Squad 9 Alpha can counter the spirit channeling of Bob Ross from Hot Boys painting the map blue. They are going to get a camp. They're going to get their bruiser camp. They don't want Hot Boys picking this up.
No, it's a smart take it. They had ETC out there anchoring to make sure that no surprises were incoming on the rest of the teams. That was good. And the shrine is going to be activating here in the middle, and both teams are posturing up for a big fight here over this shrine.
I think that was a good call by Hot Boys not to try to force that invade and fight for that camp because they were down. It was be a 4v5, so they just waited out. They said they're gonna wait until they're 5 again.
Yeah, and Hot Boys is going to actually just go up and, well, it looked like they were going to clear that bruiser camp, but they didn't quite finish it off, and they are coming back down to fight on the shrine.
Squad 9 Alpha doing a great job of picking up the shrine minions early. Get about a quarter of the way through the minions required before Hot Boys even show up.
So ETC is going to be looking for another mosh. Tyrael just trying to protect the rest of his team and zone a little bit. There's a 3-man ley line sealed with that APOC again. Really nice combo. There's the ETC mosh pit. Not really a lot of damage pouring in on those mosh pit victims, though.
Squad 9 really taking control of this fight, eliminating Ragnaros and Malfurion. The 3 remaining members of Hot Boys need to back off. And it looks like Squad 9 Alpha will win this Punisher.
Yeah, that was a really good fight by Squad 9 Alpha. I mean, that KT fire damage going out, you could see them getting really, really low, but somehow they're always able to just stay alive. And then, now they're all back up to full health again, and they're able to push with this Punisher.
I'm sure our Luna on Lucio is sweating bullets right now trying to keep everyone alive.
Yeah, it does not look like it has been an easy job, but she's doing amazing.
So when you get to these late game Punishers, they hit harder, they have more health,
Yeah,
they push further.
they
So
definitely hurt. Hot Boys did a good job of baiting that Punisher over the wall, and then they do have the Molten Core here. Great ley line seal.
fantastic break it down by Lucio, saving certain members from certain death.
Absolutely. Hot Boys is going to lose Diablo here.
The Punisher is still alive. They're going to take this keep. And then they're going to try to get out.
There's a ley line hitting 2. They're trying to pick off the ETC, but he's able to get away with the power slide.
Jane is pushing up a little far, but they're looking for more.
They're going to try to finish, I think. I think they're going to try to end.
They do have 3 members down for 20 plus seconds.
Yeah, I think
Boys.
they can. I think they can do this. Tyrael's puck being sanctification there. We've got break it down, keep everybody alive.
Tyrael getting very low.
Core is halfway down.
Mosh. This is going to go to Squad 9 Alpha.
Yeah, that was a great mosh to just kind of interrupt the defense there of the
What
core.
a comeback.
Yeah, wow.
All it takes late game is you need one Punisher and you need good team fight with that Punisher, and you can just march through right through the lane.
Yeah, so
that game was really fun to watch.
absolutely. And here's a look at the stats here at the end of the game, and you can see Ragnaros on the side of Hot Boys put in a lot of work. Lots of siege damage and hero damage. The kills 13 to 10, so that was pretty even.
Yeah, Lucio putting up huge numbers as Lucio can do. Did a great job keeping everybody alive. Malf also had really great roots, and I feel like he also landed really good Twilight Dreams too. It just wasn't, and there wasn't quite enough follow up on those dreams, but they were hitting good targets.
Yeah, definitely. That was a really fun game to watch. These teams seem pretty evenly matched, so I'm excited to see what happens in game two,
Me as well. This was very fun to watch.
for
Good
sure.
game to both teams.
All right, everybody. So we're going to take a quick break while we set up for game number two, Hot Boys versus Squad 9 Alpha. Hello to everybody who's watching the stream. Thanks for joining us. We will be right back. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. We are already ready for game number 2 here between Hot
Game
Boys
two.
and Squad 9 Alpha. Squad
I'm pumped.
9 was able to take game 1, and Hot Boys is looking to earn a split here.
That game. Like I'm gonna say it again. That game was amazing. There was so many good plays, huge plays. TM, as a good friend of ours says, um, on both sides, and it was a surprise all the way to the end. I'm looking forward to more action in game 2.
So, Tomb of the Spider Queen is the map, and that was the choice of Hot Boys. So we'll have to see if they have some kind of game plan here. They did a really good job with the I was gonna say they did a really good job with the Diablo last game, and this is another good map for Diablo. But Squad 9 Alpha is having none of that.
Yep, target ban for sure. Diablo played great game 1. They don't want to deal with it game 2.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Will we see the Phoenix ban here now?
I think we will. I really do.
Something else to be pointed out, Hot Boys played all male characters, male heroes last game.
Wow,
So
I did not notice that.
I think that might be part of their meme of being Hot Boys.
I feel like
only
Hot
playing male
Boys might
heroes.
be trying to trick us here by showing that same MIDI band like they did last game.
Medivh had amazing plays last game, so I don't think they'd want to ban Medivh. I think they will be switching to something else and probably picking up Medivh maybe. I don't know. Unless they feel that Medivh is super strong and they don't want to give that first pick. Yeah, no, they switched to ETC.
Yeah, and I understand that ETC did a good job. And whenever you're playing against ETC with Mosh, you always have to just be aware of that. And they just don't want to have to deal with it. And that's completely understandable.
Will Squad 9 Alpha pick up a Phoenix player here?
Yeah, Phoenix is still on the table. I definitely thought we'd get a Phoenix ban there.
ETC did a good job for Squad 9 Alpha last game as well, though. So I can see why they don't want him in this next game either.
And maybe Hot Boys feels like they're okay with Phoenix getting through, that maybe they have a way to counter him. I guess we're about to find out. 14 seconds to go here for Squad 9 Alpha.
Who knows? Squad 9 Alpha might not have a Phoenix player. Or they know that they're going to pick Phoenix, and they just want more time to plan out the rest of their comp around a Phoenix, not expecting to be able to get him. Nope, they go Mav.
Okay. And quickly we get the Stukov pickup here by Hot Boys.
Does Hot Boys have a Phoenix?
If they do, they are doing a jig right now. That he made it this far. But nope, they're gonna go ahead and go into the Medivh again, which it did work out really well for them in game 1. So, and I think this will be a nice map for Medivh. You know, it's small, it's got a lot of kind of like weird angles and walls and, you know, different ways that he can put his portals to get from lane to lane. So, could be good. And plus escape from the Maiev tethers and Warden's Cage. That actually could be really big for them.
Yeah, we'll see. Also, holding true to their name, Hot Boys still picking those male characters. Lucio picked up again on the side of Squad 9 Alpha. Did a great job last game.
So do you think that Hot Boys only picks male characters so that they don't mess up their name, the fact that they're named boys?
Oh, and
we've got a...
Phoenix
wow.
makes it to the third pick for Squad 9 Alpha.
Phoenix and Maiev. This is going to be really exciting.
That's a dangerous set of heroes that they've already picked up. Yeah, I'm not sure. This is something I noticed. I mean, KT, yeah, he's still male. I mean, so he counts. Let's see if they pick all males. Tiger says, "Wow, they let Phoenix through. I'll play Phoenix. Sub me in, coach."
That's great.
So Squad 9 Alpha put a higher importance on their healer, on my Ev above Phoenix.
Interesting. I'm kind of surprised if they actually go through with this Jaina ban here because I don't know. I mean, don't you feel like we're going to see possibly two warriors with these last two picks? I don't know. I mean, I guess Phoenix can solo lane, right?
I think we're gonna get some beefy, tanky picks from Squad 9 Alpha next. So I would be surprised if, I mean, Phoenix pretty much is a mage. He doesn't have the range,
Yeah, I'm
but
kind of feeling like maybe Hot Boys should have gone with some kind of tank or warrior band there, but we'll see. We'll see what Squad 9 Alpha does here.
another
Garage.
another tank ban.
Yep.
Grosh is a tank that I think is underappreciated right now. He's in the right comp. He is so damn hard to kill.
For sure, and this map especially, being a small map, Garage is always really close to walls on this map where you could throw somebody and really put them in danger.
And if I'm Squad 9 Alpha and I have a Lucio, a Maev, and a Phoenix, I don't want a Garrosh coming up on my action and tossing me to all of his buddies, because that is a position that those squishies do not want to be in.
Yeah, for sure, I agree.
Even with Lucio's increased speed and movement potential, it slows you, and then you get stunned, and it's really hard to escape getting thrown into the group of the other team.
I'm definitely expecting a tank pickup here on the side of Hot Boys, just because Squad 9 Alpha doesn't have their tank yet. Oh, and there goes Johanna. I think
Great
that's
tank.
a really good pick against the Maiev and the Phoenix, actually. And Varian. Varian is known to be a counter to the Phoenix, so that makes complete sense. I think that Hot Boys just did a fantastic job picking their tanks here.
And at this point, we have 5 tanks taken out of the rotation. There's a little bit of a choke going on. What kind of tank do you think is going to be picked up on the side of Squad 9 Alpha? Are we going to see another Tyrael?
I wouldn't be surprised. A Nubarak could be a possibility.
I feel like Tyrael was picked partially to combo with ETC, and ETC is banned this round, so I'm not sure.
Blaze
if that's
is
just a tank
still
that
up
they
as
play.
well. Blaze is still up.
Blaze is a good pick. I mean, you can have Phoenix solo off lane if you want. Blaze would also be able to fill that role.
Right.
We are going to see something tanky coming out here.
I'm thinking. Oh wow, they did go another ranged. Muradin. How did we forget about Muradin?
Well, it's because we have the Muradin curse, and so we just kind of, every time we think about Muradin, we go, no.
No
Muradin. We don't play Muradin very well, so I think that's a personal blind spot that we've put up, that we just can't see Muradin, because every time we play him, we're cursed and we lose.
Muradin's just not in the game in our minds.
In our minds, teams picking Muradin is like, why would you pick Muradin? You're going to lose. But other teams do well with Muradin.
Yeah.
It's just not in our pocket yet, so.
Yeah, and Muradin, is a really solid tank, has tons of health. He has really good engage. He's got the stun. He'll be able to jump in, with the Maiev, with the Phoenix, and Chromie will be able to hang out in the back there, just raining damage down. I like the comp on the side of Squad 9 Alpha.
And Muradin is just really annoying, like a screen door on a submarine. Like, he just jumps into the other team and dances around and says, look at me, hit me, I have a lot of health, and then jumps out and says, bye, Felicia.
All right, and we've got Greymane as the last pickup here for Hot Boys. What do you think? Do you think that Hot Boys has enough damage here? Do you think they're going to have to go, like, maybe not taunt Varian, maybe go Colossus Smash or something, or...
Sorry, I just saw that they picked Johanna, who is not male. So there goes that theory.
Are you okay? First of all, are you all right?
Well, I'll survive. My theories are often wrong. So, but getting back to your question, I think if you look at Hot Boys comp, they're all on the front line. Every single one of them. If they can dive and get past the Muradin and get on the back line of Lucio and Chromie,
Yeah.
I if they can manage to do that, I think they'll blow them up. If they struggle on getting past Muradin, doing his weird dances and hammer tosses, then I think the back line of Squad 9 Alpha is just going to blow up Hot Boys with all of their damage. But
Yeah.
Hot Boys are very thick.
Yeah, I feel like Hot Boys really needs to go taunt Varian here because they need to hold that Phoenix in place to keep him from teleporting away so that they can blow him up. But we'll see. You know, they might have a different plan in their minds.
Absolutely.
All right. So on Hot Boys, we've got Rising Star on Medivh. Roya is playing Stukov. Icarus on Greymane. Juan Pablo 64 on Varian. And Frost Absol on Johanna.
Sean, can you come back here for a minute? Oh, yes, I'm on my way. We have Aura Luna on Lucio. We have Zaldreth on Muradin. Ronin Kitty on Phoenix. Angel on Chromie. And Hope on Maiev.
Looks like
Thanks,
Phoenix is heading
Sean.
straight to the bottom lane this time.
Yeah, we have all 5 members of Hot Boys
Got
going
some,
mid.
Some nice little sprays coming out in the middle. Some good-natured fun between the teams here.
That Chromie spray is creepy. Not gonna lie.
So Chromie's picking up Time Walker's Pursuit, which gives really good vision. It's great on this map to, watch for teams trying to turn in. It's also fantastic for scouting the boss in that upper lane to see if they're up there.
It's interesting that they have Phoenix splitting bottom, picking up the talent advanced targeting. Need to stack those plasma cutters, and it's hard to do that when you're just fighting against one hero.
Good point. I wonder if they'll end up switching things up once they kind of realize that.
They don't have a whole lot of solo lane potential, so it looks like it might have to be Phoenix for now.
Looks like the teams are, again, they're going to go ahead and do that 4-1 rotation with the 4-man moving back and forth between the top and the middle lanes.
Yeah, Squad 9 Alpha taking an early XP advantage by starting with Phoenix bottom. But it's not a huge lead by any means, and Hot Boys is catching right back up.
Chromie just sending in those sandblasts, trying to build up her quest.
Yeah, we have about, close to half the amount of gems required for turn-in. Exactly half for Squad 9 Alpha. We have 21 gems on the side of Hot Boys. Not many stacks going out for Phoenix. Only got 3 so far.
Got a fight kind of breaking out in the middle. Nothing too major, just kind of trading a little bit back and forth.
Muradin has more stacks on his Stormbolt. He doesn't mind being on the front line. He heals up quite quickly.
Both teams really even in gems.
Yep.
Squad 9
Both.
Alpha trying to turn in, but that's going to get interrupted.
Mm-hmm. Both teams not necessarily looking for fights, just trying to clear the lanes. Do we still have our video up?
Yes. We do.
I know you guys don't mind looking at us, but if we can give you more of the screen, we will.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Fixed.
So Phoenix and Varian are still bottom, just kind of throwing stuff at each other, not really getting anywhere. There are enough gems at this moment in time for Hot Boys to turn in. So they'll probably be looking to do that.
Yeah, Squad 9 Alpha is right behind them. They just need one more.
Big turn in by Maev right here. Gets
Yep.
18 in.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Beautiful shot by the Chromie to take out Medivh.
that was a nice shot.
How's Phoenix doing in the bottom lane here? It looks like he's holding his own.
Yes.
All that talk about Varian, what did he end up going? Let's see. He did go taunt. I'm very much not surprised by that.
Yeah, I have to believe that Varian was picked to try to counter the Phoenix.
And speaking of which, there is a taunt, and it does allow Varian to escape. They tried to gank the Varian in the bottom lane there, but he was able to get away.
Both teams have a majority of their gems. No, okay, yeah. Hot Boys does sneak in that turn in, and they will have the first wave of Web Weavers.
Yeah, so all the lanes are pretty even, so we'll see if Squad 9 Alpha protects that top lane first. You know, the top lane is a dangerous lane because that's the lane that the boss is in. So typically you want to make sure that those Web Weavers aren't pushing in and taking out that top fort too early in the game.
Yeah, and it could be exceptionally deadly if you pair the boss with a Web Weaver phase and march in with that combo.
You can see Johanna is just such a safe tank. She could just push right up there in the middle of the team of Squad 9 Alpha and just be fine, you know?
Muradin gets low, hops over the wall to safety. Lucio's also getting a little bit low, but still continuing to pop out from the gate and do a little bit of poke there.
Nice thing about Muradin is he doesn't have to back. He just has to stay out of combat for a bit, and he just regens all that health right back up.
Yeah, Muradin does have a lot of sustain if he's out of the action for a little bit. Juan Pablo 64 might be coming in for potential gank. He's thinking about it. Decides that he is outnumbered. And that's not the fight he wants to take. Seldreth does find him, though. Hiding in that bush. Ronan Kitty trying to turn in 20 gems there. So Squad 9 Alpha is able to get the next Web Weaver phase because they didn't lose all of their gems, which is nice.
For sure. All right, so we've got red Web Weavers coming. And it looks like Squad 9 Alpha is ready to push hard in that top lane with their Web Weaver, which spawned close to the gate of Hot Boys here.
In Twitch chat, Tigerfish8 says, "That's so cool, Sean Connery made a guest appearance." I know, yeah. Shout out to Sean Connery.
Right?
He is the Sean Connery on Twitter. Make sure you thank him there as well.
So Hot Boys was able to come in and actually clean up that top Web Weaver, and it really didn't get much.
They do a good job of trying to shred these as fast as possible, prevent value of these Web Weavers. But there's a lot of structure damage for Squad 9 Alpha on their bottom fort.
Oh, and here come the ults. Warden's Cage. Johanna goes down.
Saldreth getting low.
Really nice silence by Stukov.
Looks like the teams will split up. So we do have 10s. So for Squad 9 Alpha, we have Sound Barrier on Lucio. We have Avatar for the Muradin. Phoenix picked Purification Salvo. Chromie, Slowing Hands, and Maev with Warden's Cage.
You said Slowing Hands. Are you thinking of the song?
Slow hands, like a sweat dripping down my dirty laundry.
Yes.
That one?
Yes. Over on the side of Hot Boys, we've got Polybomb for Medivh, Flailing Swipe for some disengage for Stukov. Go for the throat for Greymane, shield wall for Varian, and blessed shield for Johanna.
That rotation that Johanna just took around all 5 members of Squad 9 Alpha just shows you how durable she is. She just ran right around all of them, unstoppable, like it was nothing.
We've got a pretty big fight breaking out here at the lower turn-in point. But both teams just kind of backing away.
Hot Boys do have enough gems to get a turn in, so that's probably what they're looking to do next. Although at this point, Squad 9 Alpha now has enough as well, so it'll be a race to see who gets the next turn in.
Yeah, Phoenix is trying to keep getting those interrupts in. We've got a taunt by Varian onto Muradin, and they are able to finish him off. But the Maiev Warden's Cage comes out, and Hot Boys is getting very low. Phoenix is going to go ahead and chase and pick up that kill on Greymane.
Varian low. He is able to block all damage.
Phoenix
break it down,
just going
gets interrupted.
in again, and is able to take out Varian.
So let's break it down. Got interrupted, so it should be back up probably about now. We can't tell ultimate cooldowns because of the bug in the UI, but let's assume it's up.
Medivh and Stukov are doing their best to interrupt that turn, the gem turn in. But it does look like Squad 9 Alpha is going to get... Oh, no, we got to interrupt them. Maiev really needs to turn in... She's got 27 gems, so it's holding a big chunk of the gems for Squad 9 Alpha. She's going to go ahead and rotate top and see if she can get them in there, although here comes Medivh. Not in time, though.
She gets them in. Yeah, it's dangerous when you're holding so many gems. A lot of times we'll see a lot of gems kept on tanks, but when you have it on the assassins, a little less safe.
Got some fighting down here in the bottom lane.
They're split a little bit, Squad 9 Alpha. They're trying to group up together. They isolate the Johanna.
And break it down, but, you know, Hot Boys was smart there to just kind of walk away from that and let them waste their ults.
Yeah, it was a very smart disengage, but it does let Squad 9 Alpha turn in. They're so close. Muradin gets this. No. They need 8 more.
Oh, there was beautiful taunt onto Phoenix there. And Greymane's able to dive in and finish him off. And that's just an example of why Varian can be a decent counter to Phoenix, because he just can't teleport away through that taunt. So.
And there's the deep dive on the back line from Hot Boys onto Squad 9 Alpha, taking out those squishy targets.
Yeah, that taunt is really coming in handy here in these last couple fights.
Yeah, Hot Boys turns in, so they're going to get the next Web Weaver phase. But it was nice to see Varian finally getting some value out of that taunt, and being able to execute it in a way that they had planned.
So Hot Boys is going to move in on the top fort.
Looks like we're going to get a 5-man defense from Squad 9 Alpha on this fort, while we have a Web Weaver pushing directly on the mid fort, and the bottom Web Weaver has some ways to go. Taunt coming out on the Phoenix, which results in a kill. Another good play by the Varian taunt. Muradin getting low, running.
Medivh using that portal to get his team in, and they are able to secure the kill on Muradin.
Johanna very low. She's going to be slowed in that sand, but we'll get out.
Also, it was kind of neat to see the Varian using the taunt on the Maiev, so Maiev can't complete the tether. So the tether goes out on the team, but since she can't, move anywhere, nobody gets stunned or pulled or anything.
Yeah, that's very good reactionary
Oh, and
playing.
Chromie unfortunately gets cut out in front of the mid keep here.
Yeah, you got to be careful. If you don't have Muradin in front of you, they can dive directly onto you. And
So they've got 20 seconds before Chromie is back. They also take out the bottom keep.
this is giving a huge advantage to Hot Boys. They're up a talent tier. They have 2 keeps down. Excellent portal use to go onto their camp. And they're going back to their macro camp game now. And now they have a little bit of a lead. They're going to go and try to pick up camps and get all that pressure pushing in the lanes without the keeps.
Right. So Squad 9 Alpha is just going to hang back and try to get their lanes pushed out. They're going to want to clean up this Merc camp, although Hot Boys did not want them to be able to do that too easily. They're going to push in with it, actually.
There's going to be not a whole lot of value from these web weavers because
Oh wow,
the
that
lanes are so
portal
far
puts
pushed
him
in.
right in the back there, and the Warden's cage coming out kind of defensively there.
Good heals by the Stukov, healing up everybody on Hot Boys, but they're still taking core damage.
Yeah, with
The
Chromie
heroes.
down, they're desperately just trying to push Hot Boys off, and looks like they are trying to move out. Stukov tried to disengage with the flailing swipe there.
Phoenix slowing Hot Boys' retreat. They're still chasing. But it doesn't look like any members of Hot Boys are in dire danger.
No, and actually one thing that's good for Squad 9 Alpha is that whole time, you know, they've got the Web Weaver up here in the top lane pushing in on the fort. So they are going to get that.
Yeah, Squad 9 Alpha probably did want to hold them there as long as possible so that their web weavers who started really early in the lane position would actually have a chance to get somewhere.
They are going to move in, posturing for this middle fort here. Chromie putting the slowing sands out just to kind of keep that rotation from coming through from up above them.
Squad 9 Alpha is trying to concentrate on this Varian, but Varian is going to get healed up and not be in any danger here.
And there's that taunt again on the Phoenix. Varian working out really well here for Hot Boys.
Yeah, that taunt is so hard to block, too. Charge in and then taunt. It can be brutal.
For sure. Medivh does go down as well, so we have a 4v4 right now. It looks like Squad 9 Alpha is determined to get this fort. Looks like they will.
With that slowing sand protection, they should be able to, yeah, and they take it and they push it down, and then they should be able to get out just fine here.
Neither team quite has enough for full turn-in, although Hot Boys is just about there.
We also haven't seen any boss plays yet. That's something that that may happen. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, that's interesting.
It might just be because there hasn't been enough of a team wipe scenario where they would feel safe in doing so.
Yeah, I mean, the death timers are getting up there pretty high now, so I think at this point, if you get 1 or 2 picks, then we should definitely see that.
Hot Boys looking for 20, and they will hit 20 before Squad 9 Alpha if things continue at the same flow here of XP.
Got some fighting here in the middle. Slowing sands coming out. Taunt and stun on Lucio, and he gets so close to going down, but does survive barely. Maiev is in trouble as well. But
Hope running for her life,
Hot Boys can't quite finish Maiev.
but they don't get her. That's a great body block and heal up. Squad 9 Alpha is taking core damage.
Yeah, they are going to need to send somebody back to take care of that. That mage is just buffing all of those minions back there.
And they do. They send Phoenix.
We've got a polymorph on Muradin, and he gets taken out.
Hot Boy's doing a great job of forcing a member of Squad 9 Alpha back to defend and then taking the fight with the advantage in numbers.
Did you see that Chromie play there? Chromie was in deep trouble and was able to teleport back to her copy, and that allows her to get up in that bush there and hearth to safety.
Great escape. Hot Boys turn in, and the lanes in mid and bottom are quite pushed.
Yeah, this is a really dangerous time here for Squad 9 Alpha.
I think
We'll
Hot
be
Boys
getting
are going to
Muradin
push,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'll push with the Web Weaver, and I think they'll try to get some picks. And if they get a couple, I think they might be able to end it here. If Squad 9 Alpha puts up a great defense, I think they could use that as and start their own counter push.
And here
Hot
we go.
Boys
There's
Web Weaver spawns
Worm's
right on the
Cage.
core.
Polymorph on Muradin again in the back. Medivh gets the kill on Muradin. Hot Boys, if they get one more pick here, it could be over. Oh, but they lose Greymane. That's a huge loss when you're going core.
The core is taking some damage.
Lucio getting very low, so is Johanna. Phoenix goes down. I think
Yeah, this is going
this is
game
over.
2.
Yep.
Game 2 is going to go to Hot Boys. It's a 1-1 split.
Wow, that was that was an exciting finish there.
Another great played game by two great teams.
Yeah, absolutely. That was fun.
That was awesome.
So looking at the final stats here, 11 kills to 7. Not a huge difference. Greymane doing a lot of work there.
Got some huge numbers coming out from Stukov in the healing meters.
Yeah,
97,000.
Stukov did a great job.
Lucio, though, ain't no slouch either. 74k. Pretty good.
Yeah, I can't believe Lucio didn't die a single time. We're going to see if we can get someone in from Hot Boys. We will try to work that out here. So,
Lobby 1. Sound good?
yeah. I think I stayed in the coin toss lobby that whole match.
You were just in there tossing
Just
something and
hanging
it
out.
wasn't coins.
I
if you know
like
what I mean.
coins.
Coin collector swing. Let me show you a 1947 nickel I got on my 12th birthday. Okay, Swing. All right. That's an actual conversation we had. I don't know why I gave you like a 90-year-old woman voice, but I did. My bad.
Nice. We'll have to work on that. I'd like to have a younger, hotter voice.
Well, maybe some hot boys can make some hot voices.
All right, so it looks like Rising Star is going to go ahead and join us for an interview here. So we'll just give him a moment to jump in.
Hello?
Hey, Rising Star. How you doing?
Exhausted.
Well, first of all, congratulations. You guys did a fantastic job. It was a really exciting match. The team seemed pretty evenly matched. Did you feel that way as well?
I felt like they were really fun to play against. Like, I had really... we were all kind of mad at the Chromie. Like, we were all getting a little upset. Because at some point in the early game, I had like 25 stacks of Master Stretch. And like, Chromie's Q hit me like by a pixel, and I barely died, and I was just fuming.
Oh, that's rough.
It can be really frustrating when those stacks get reset.
So after 10, we made sure to teleport in on her and kill her a lot.
Yeah, we talked about how Medivh might be used this game to jump in on their squishy backline, and it seems like you guys were doing that, and it seemed to work well.
Yeah, it's just really fun.
Was the Varian pickup a direct counter for their Phoenix draft?
Well, Juan really just likes Varian, I think. It's also just like a fun hero to have in your soul lane because it gives you Like if you don't need to contest a control point, he really gives you a lot of team fighting power, especially because we were going for a single target blow up comp. The whole idea from like the start was we try to teleport, or we just engage on someone, we taunt, then we hit the polybomb, and then we just blow up that one target, even if we don't get the polybomb spread, and then we just leave, or we try to spiral the team fight.
Right. So is you ended up picking up Medivh in both games. Is that a hero that is, one of the favorites for your team? Do you play the Medivh a lot?
Um, Medivh is just like my top three favorite heroes, like of all time. Like you, he's really strong right now, which is makes it a lot of fun to be a Medivh main, I guess. Um, it's also, but I don't know. Even if it was like all Medivh, like, you'd still see me playing like every other game. It's just, I think he, like, if your team plays around him, he is like the strongest hero in the game, and if you don't play around him, he's the weakest hero in the game.
Yeah, and it looked like going back to game one, you guys had some really nice combos with Medivh and then the Diablo APOC. Is that something you guys have been working on? Those combos with the ley line and the APOC, because it seemed to be timed just perfectly.
We practiced it for about an hour in advance.
Nice. Well, it definitely showed.
Well, no, it's we just that day we kind of didn't run Diablo at all. And tonight we were just like, let's try Diablo because he works well with Medivh. For more than just the APOC, more the APOC Leyline combo. He also adds Diablo has a lot of hard engage, but he sort of struggles in the retreat, which is like one of Medivh's specialties, just being able to make your entire team retreat. Also gives you a lot of yeah, just gives you a lot of follow up damage and a lot of safety on Diablo. Means Diablo can dive 1v5 for at least 1.5 seconds and not suffer any damage. But overall, I think we didn't really practice the combo too much. We practiced it a few times. It was just sort of like we got it, so let's do it. They gave us the full combo, so we are just like, let's try it, and it worked out really well. It just we messed up once in the first game at the very end, and we lost one team fight, and then we just lost the whole game, and I was like, we were all
Yeah.
really upset after that first game, and we're trying to get our swing back in the second game.
Yeah.
Which
Hey, you said swing. Thanks. Um, was that difficult to kind of gather yourselves and get back into the mindset of, hey, we've got another game here? Was that hard to kind of turn that around and prepare?
um, I took a really big gamble with the second draft. That was kind of everything I was personally worried about. I felt like um, we were playing better than our opponent for a big portion of the first game, but then they really showed us, like they had a really good punish for us messing up our combo. They completely like took that, like just wiped the whole team and we lost the whole game. Like that was very clean execution from them. I made it really difficult for that match. Like just out of that match, we were like a little down, but I felt just we could, if we could play like we played for the first half, the first game, for the whole second game, we could win, which we did. Um, yeah, I just took the draft. I took a really risky draft for the second game, but it worked out really well because we got what we wanted.
Yeah, I know Venus and I are dying to ask you about that second draft because there were a lot of surprises there. We were really surprised about Phoenix making it so far and not seeing it banned and then not seeing them picked up for a while. What was your thought process there? Were you concerned at all about the Phoenix?
I was happy they picked Phoenix.
Okay,
It
because you
gives.
felt like you had a plan to counter it.
I think Phoenix is like the. I have a few problems with Phoenix. I think he on a base level he just has huge damage numbers, but he really doesn't have anything extra to that. And then Variant has that sort of like shield breaker counter. We were kind of planning on the. I was kind of planning on like single target blow up to begin with, but they gave us like a perfect target to put it on essentially, because Phoenix has no way to save himself in that scenario.
Right. Did you have any questions about that second draft, Venus?
I did. I have a couple questions. First question is, so the team Hot Boys, you don't only pick male characters.
No, I was considering it.
Because I did notice in the first draft it was all male characters. I was like, Swing, I have this hypothesis that they only pick male characters. And then Johanna came out, and it seems like
I'd like to correct. In the first game, we only picked hot boys. There,
Yes, we
it,
noticed that. Oh my
we,
god, when we saw
it,
the KT
it,
and the red.
it's like Hellfire, Medivh, like Malfurion, like with the Druid of the Flame, Diablo with the just being Diablo, and then Ragnaros, and like we were a little giddy about it.
Yeah, that was
that's pretty
super
good.
cool. We noticed that. That was neat. It just brought an extra flair for sure to that comp.
Is the team Hot Boys? Are you guys new this season, or have you been playing in NGS before?
I played a previous season, but I was not the captain, and I played a different role. Same goes for Frost, who started last season. We both played for Team Region. I was just added to that team as a substitute, and after like 1 or 2 weeks, I just became the main tank player for that team. Um, that's sort of why I've been doing a lot of shot calling because I sort of feel engages on pretty well. Frost's been doing a really good job at that though. I'd say just like we have a lot of competitive experience, but as individuals, but we don't really have a lot of experience as this sort of like new roster because there's a lot of like besides Roya and Juan, everybody essentially made sort of like a role swap.
Oh wow, yeah, that's tough. It looks like you guys are doing a good job though, working that out. So thank you so much for joining us. Is there anybody you'd like to shout out to?
I'd like to shout out literally everyone on my team. I think everybody played fantastically. I couldn't really like I was very happy with how everyone played. It sucks that we had to lose the first game, but it's you have to we bounced back really well. Nobody let it get to them, which I was very happy that I made a team where people, don't let a single loss get to them too quickly. So just a big shout out for that. Small shout out to Fortis because I know he'll be watching the VOD, and small shout out to Raven who's been helping us out recording scrims and giving us moral support.
Awesome. Well, congratulations for turning it around and getting the win in game two and pulling off the split. That's great. And it was so fun casting you. Both teams played amazing. And we're looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Okay.
Thank
Good
you so
night.
much. Have a good one, and congratulations.
The shirtless calendar will be coming up soon.
What was that last part?
I'm not quite sure. So anyway, getting back to yeah, that was a really fun series. I really enjoyed it. That was just exciting the whole way through. Really evenly matched teams. I mean, they get the split there. I know, and you know as well how hard it can be after you lose that first game to turn around and have to get back in the mindset of okay, we've got to go into game two here and try to not be tilted, not, feel bad
Right.
about
When
that
you
first
have
loss.
when you have the lead in the first game and you have a team fight that goes poorly and the other team comes back and beats you, you've lost the first game, you still have to play another game. Sometimes that can be very tilting, and that is hard to come back from. And it always, like you said, it does feel really good to come back from a loss, get a win, move forward, regain a little bit of how you feel as a team, and that'll help. It'll help moving forward into the next matches. But really, both teams played amazing. Thank you guys for letting us cast you. I know I had a blast.
Yeah, and thank you so much for joining me, co-casting with me. That was really fun, as always.
Anytime.
Do you have any shout-outs?
I would just like to thank everybody in Twitch chat who joined us on this adventure this evening, or people who are tuning in and watching the stream. If you want, you can follow Swing on Twitter It's SwingTime Gaming.
Oh,
And you can follow her on Twitch. Please do follow her if you enjoyed the stream. She's twitch.tv/swingtime. I'm on Twitter at moistweenus, all one word, and you can follow me on Twitch if you want, twitch.tv/moistweenus.
yeah. I do have a quick question for you before we go. Also, I don't have as many fancy questions as you kind of stuck me with on your stream yesterday, but I was wondering. So you're kind of making a name for yourself with Smithle memes. And I guess I'm wondering, which one is your favorite Smithle meme and why?
My favorite Smithle meme has not been released because it is too spicy to release. In fact, it set one of my hard drives on fire, so I have to put it in cold storage to hold it. So I don't get to actually like spread that Smithle meme. It is my favorite. I can't really tell you about it because it's a little bit of a secret, but it's so spicy it will light your hard drive on fire. So I would like to share it maybe when technology evolves in the future where we can not set hard drives on fire because the memes are so spicy, like special meme hard drives that are spicy resistant, then we could probably share that in the future. But I do love my Smithle memes. Sometimes they go too far. But yeah, thank you for asking.
Oh, yeah, no problem. And I have two plugs myself. One is I wanted to bring up our fun little Hot Shots game for those 21 and over.
Those of drinking age in whichever country or region you're from. I believe Canada is Canada 19?
You know what? I'm not sure, but that's a good point. I shouldn't just assume 21. You're right. The age could be different depending on where you're located. Fair enough. But you will see Weenus sometime posting that in NGS Discord that we're playing. It's a little drinking game that we like to enjoy while we're playing HOTS, just for fun, late at night usually. So if you see that, feel free to jump in. We have a really good time. It's all for fun, no pressure. Just
the rules are simple. It's you get as many people as you can get in a 5-man. You play heroes. If you make the board at the end, you're safe. If you don't, you take a shot. Yep. And if you're the MVP, you get to give somebody else on your team a shot. So.
Yep, and that you can see over on Weenus's stream, at Moist Weenus on Twitch TV. And then my second shout out is for my wonderful WoW guild, Clouded Minds, on US Silver Moon. We are recruiting if anybody's interested in playing some World of Warcraft, some raiding. That being said, also I'd like to plug just NGS in general. This league is, if you're not involved with it, it's fantastic. It's a great place to come no matter what skill level you are. Many different divisions, and the admins do a fantastic job of splitting everybody, into divisions so they're evenly matched. And a great community, super fun people, very helpful, great attitudes. I really just can't say enough about the league. It's been so wonderful. And I also want to just let you know that they do have Patreon available if you're able to contribute. That's great. There is a stretch goal at 75. If we hit 75, and I believe we're really close, that there'll be a podcast. I'm not sure whether that's monthly or twice a month. But anyway, definitely join up if you